How's it going, everyone? The first official practice for the Packers have wrapped up against their wildcard matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, and there's some pretty good positive news coming out of the first practice. The official injury report hasn't been released yet. It should be released later on today, but we got a lot of positive news out of practice. So the Packers did return a few players this practice. First one being safety Evan Williams, who is out with that quadricep injury. He did return to this practice, probably on a very limited basis, but still returning to practice is very great to see, especially considering it's the first day of practice. The Packers also did return Quay Walker from his ankle injury. Both players did miss the last 3 games, and they were greatly missed on defense. So both players did practice in a limited capacity and will probably show up as limited on the injury report. The Packers also returned Brenton Cox Jr. from his foot injury that he sustained. Looks like he's also practicing in a limited capacity and will show up as limited on the injury report, but still having him return to the defensive side to practice is also positive. Now, we also got some more positive news on the front that Romeo Doubs returned back to practice. He is feeling a lot better. So he came down with a bug on Saturday, couldn't play against the Bears, but he's feeling a lot better and probably practice also in a limited capacity, but he is definitely on the up and mend, so he should be good to go against the Eagles, hopefully. I don't see why he wouldn't, especially since he seems to be recovering pretty well from whatever bug he sustained. Now, as for Jordan Love, he did practice in a limited capacity today. He was asked a few questions considering he was knocked out in the Bears game. Now, they asked about how's his hand, does he have any numbness? He said no, he just has soreness in his throwing elbow still. And he was also asked, hey, will he be good to go against the Eagles this Sunday? He said, yes, I hope, we'll see. And kind of seems like a little bit gamesmanship. I don't see how he won't be suiting up against the game against the Eagles, considering it seems like the numbness, there's no numbness, so that's a very good sign. He just has slight pain, probably from it recovering, and it was his funny bone at the end of the day. So he should be good to go. He's not really saying officially he'll be good to go, but the Eagles, they're most likely, they should be preparing for Jordan Love. So I don't see any real gamesmanship in advantage there. But officially, he's probably going to be limited today. Now, it wasn't all positive news coming out of today's practice. There were 2 players that did not participate in this practice today. That is defensive tackle TJ Slayton and safety Zane Anderson. Both of them did not practice. We'll see how the rest of the week goes for those 2 players. But out of all the players that we've kind of had injured for the past few weeks, only having these 2 injured and the rest coming back in a limited capacity is a very good sign. Hopefully they're healthy and can actually suit up against the Eagles. So on the hypothetical assumption that Evan Williams and Quay Walker does return, over at safety, that would put Xavier McKinney, obviously, and also Evan Williams at the starting safety. Then on the outside boundary corners, you would have Keyshawn Nixon finally bouncing back outside, and most likely Carrington Valentine, considering how well he's played. Eric Stokes, hopefully they don't do that weird rotation they do with Eric Stokes and Carrington Valentine. It should be just mainly Carrington Valentine. And then over at the slot position would be Javon Bullard. And that's the ideal defensive setup, hopefully, that we get against the Eagles and could help against containing Saquon and also their 2 receivers in A.J. Brown and also Devontae Smith. Now, over at the linebacker position, if Quay Walker comes back, he'll slot back in and take over his spot that Eric Wilson's kind of been, we'll call it holding down or occupying, but Quay Walker will be there, and then you'll also have Adrian Cooper, and they'll probably play most, if not all, the snaps. Of course, this is in the instance that Quay Walker is healthy and suits up. But just coming out with an update of some of the players that are coming back to practice. Hopefully reinforcements are coming back and we can get a nice healthy defense, especially with Evan Williams and Quay Walker, because they will be needed for a very tough Philadelphia Eagles team. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.